Hey there, I'm Ben Freer, an immigration lawyer focused on helping entrepreneurs. Today, I want to share an interesting case with you. One of my clients recently obtained an E-2 visa for his flooring business, and I'll be giving you the lowdown on the whole process. So if you're thinking about starting a similar business and applying for the E-2 visa, this video is for you. All right, so let's jump right in and talk about the business concept. My client came up with a brilliant idea for a mobile flooring business in the United States. They would offer top-notch residential flooring services, including hardwood floors, luxury vinyl plank, tile, and carpet. On top of that, they'd also handle light renovation projects for bathrooms, kitchens, and more. Now, personally, I thought this was an amazing business idea. The home services sector in the United States is booming right now. And let me tell you, finding reliable contractors for home improvement projects can be a real challenge. Often these businesses lack modern marketing strategies and professional operations. That's where my client saw an opportunity to not only handle installations, but also bring the flooring showroom experience directly to the customer's doorstep. How convenient is that? Now let's move on and talk about how they got started. To establish the business, my client partnered up with his sister, who happens to be a US citizen. Having her on board turned out to be a massive help. She took care of setting up the LLC, applying for the EIN, and opening the business bank account while my client remained outside of the United States. Once the investment was made, she managed the business and even hired an employee who started working on projects while my client awaited his visa interview. Speaking of investment, my client used $100,000 of his personal funds to bring this idea to life. A family member in the United States gifted him that amount, and they properly declared it on their US tax return. Out of the $100,000, my client spent $77,000 to purchase 2 vans and equipment necessary for the business. The remaining $13,000 went towards professional fees, including web design, legal services, and business plan writing. Since their business model didn't require renting a space, they wisely decided not to waste money on rent. So let's fast forward to the visa interview. My client brought along some additional evidence to showcase the progress of the business. This included recent payroll documentation, bank statements, and contracts for their services. They were well prepared to discuss the business in detail, including their marketing strategy, personnel forecasts, and financial projections. The immigration officer conducting the interview was professional and pleasant, and after being convinced that my client had a legitimate business that would create jobs for US workers, she made the decision to accept the application and issue the visa. She said that the size of the investment and the potential for job creation were the main factors that influenced her decision. So here are the key takeaways from this E-2 visa example. First, investing around $100,000 is a good target. My client was able to start the business and purchase everything they needed with this amount. Now keep in mind, there's no minimum investment required, and I've helped many people who invested much less. However, hitting the $100,000 mark is helpful because it aligns with an example provided in the US Foreign Affairs Manual. Another takeaway is that creating employment before the interview is a huge bonus. Remember, you can't get an E-2 visa for a business that doesn't provide economic benefits to US workers. If you can show that your business already has an employee, it not only demonstrates job creation, but also proves that your business is up and running. Lastly, having a US partner can be a tremendous help. My client benefited greatly from having a 25% US citizen partner. Logistically, it made things much easier to form the company, apply for an EIN, open a business bank account, and start operations while waiting for the E-2 visa. So there you have it. I'm so excited to see my client's business thrive now that they can actively manage it from within the United States. I hope this E-2 visa example was helpful, but remember though, this video is not intended as legal advice. If you're interested in the E-2 visa or other immigration options, I recommend reaching out to one of the many fantastic US immigration lawyers available worldwide. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.